Hello everybody and welcome to Monster Reunion. This episode is so cute for most of it, but still. Centipedal is one of my favorites after this episode, and I am so happy we get to review it.
So, remember when we reviewed the Season 3 opener, and I joked that Steven not being allowed to join the Gems in that episode gave me flashbacks to Season 1? Well, as it turns out, Season 3 is giving me a lot of flashbacks to Season 1. For one thing, we're back at the Temple, a building which I'm definitely glad to see return. We've also gotten episodes in which Steven learns about new powers, which were everywhere in Season 1. We've even had Beach City humans who never got to star in their own episodes before get an episode where they're the focus. But today's episode, Monster Reunion, takes it to a whole new level by being a sequel to a Season 1 episode, Monster Buddies, in which Steven befriends a corrupted gem, but has to bubble it again when it goes crazy.
And now that friend is coming back out. Guess who's back and better than ever?
Honestly, I've been waiting for this show to remember that corrupted gems existed. They seemed everywhere in the first season, but gradually got phased out as stuff about Homeworld, the Diamond Authority, and the Cluster took center stage. So this is going to be a satisfying episode to talk about.
So, without further ado, let's get to it.
MC Bear, you've got a tear.
Oh, snap! Steven's not even a rapper, and he's already spitting out some sick rhymes.
Stop.
I should have been more careful. We've lost too many good bears.
Not on Cartoon Network, you haven't.
So, in the beginning of the episode, Steven kisses MC Bear and fixes his tear. He freaks out, runs over to Pearl, and smashes a plate so he can fix it again and show her how cool he is with a spit. Pearl stops him from kissing a broken plate. Good move.
I don't want you touching a broken plate.
Right, because we totally need to worry about the kid with healing spit getting injured.
Can he heal himself? We don't know.
But shouldn't we at least find out? Come on, Steven, pucker up. That plate is your girlfriend.
I want you all to know that when that was typed into the script, I was left speechless. Because I have zero idea how to reply to "the plate is your girlfriend." Take that out of context. You would be speechless too, okay? So I'm going to pretend that didn't just happen. And we're going to continue with the episode. And this, you want to watch 10 minutes of speechless silence. Okay? Okay. Amethyst runs off to go find some other stuff to break, with Pearl chasing after her. And before Steven can even ask if he can heal one of the corrupted gems in the bubble room, Garnet shoots him down. He wins with the power of puppy eyes, and we end up with Centipedal getting out from her bubble.
Steven tries working his healing magic, but it only seems to do part of the job. Centipedal now has a humanoid body, but her head is still stuck in mutated form. The gems don't think there's any hope, but Steven is a bit more faithful.
See, this is why I like Steven. Look on the bright side, she's got 2 arms and 2 legs instead of the centi? God, I'm too lazy to count all of them.
You didn't have to count. Centi means 100.
I don't know things and stuff. You can't ask me a question like that and expect me to be correct.
So now, we finally get an explanation as to what exactly a corrupted gem is. Corrupted gems are apparently gems with damage to their minds as opposed to their bodies. Phew. 2 seasons worth of curiosity finally paid off. Now I'm just left to wonder how it took the gems this long to explain this stuff.
So, shortly after Centipedal were forming, Gems sent Amethyst to poof her again, since in their eyes, Steven's healing didn't work. Steven convinces them to let Centipedal live, and he ends up using the Chaps in the Chaps song to get her memories back.
And apparently her name isn't Centipedal, it's...
Gurgle click click?
No, Steven, that's not it at all. There aren't even 2 clicks. Here, let me try to figure this out. It sorta sounds like she's saying... Ya'arkia? Okay then, Ya'arkia it is. So Ya'arkia and Steven sit down with some papers. After a failed attempt at getting her to write English, Steven settles on getting her to communicate through drawings.
I'm not going to call her Yara Kya. If you think you're going to get me to call her Yara Kya, you need to stop a Kya.
Okay, then.
Centipedal draws a ton of things that are apparently things that happened to her in her life. It turns out she was the captain of a ship, and when she came to Earth, after various buildings started to be created there, she had to join the Gem War. Eventually, her commander told her to retreat, but having nowhere to go, got caught up in the damage from the Diamond's blast, thus corrupting her. And she's crying, and it's sad, and it's not okay, and she starts deforming, and it's not okay!
A few things to comment on here. First, this commander. Now, obviously, the character is yellow, but that doesn't look very much like Yellow Diamond, so either our new monster friend is incredibly bad at drawing, or we have another mystery gem on our hands, along with Miss Longhair from Same Old World, who we'll get to in a couple videos.
I think it's a commander who's under the reign of Yellow Diamond, because at this point, I'm pretty sure the other diamonds have gotten involved in the war on Earth, so it makes sense why she would be sent there.
Also, the episode never makes it clear whether or not this big blast from the diamonds is what led to the other gems being corrupted. But if it is, that makes for one interesting bit of story, and it makes me wonder what the other corrupted gems were doing.
Probably doing similar things to what she was doing, running away or fighting, normal stuff. And plus, it's been confirmed that Rose's shield is the only thing that saved Pearl, Garnet, and herself from the blast. So if it was from the diamonds, it would make perfect sense.
This whole sequence is absolutely brilliant. Up until this point, we haven't really been made to think about the corrupted gems as anything other than monsters to fight. But this episode takes a corrupted gem and makes her seem incredibly human. The use of crayon drawings is also great, not just because it juxtaposes innocent imagery with a serious story, but also because Steven can't know all of the details, because Centipedal can't say them, and she can't draw them all either. So we're left with this odd, blurry flashback that explains everything and nothing at the same time.
Which is why it is so sad when immediately after Centipedal says that her corruption was from the diamonds, everything goes downhill.
Centipedal starts reverting back to her corrupted form, and it looks like Steven's healing spit isn't enough to help. So they both take a trip to Centipedal's old ship, which is the ship from Friendship? Connections!
Centi continuously deforms to try to rip apart the plants covering the ship in order to be able to get in. When they do, Centipedal goes to the other Centipedals who are inside, who turn out to be some of her crew. The other gems show up, the Centipedals are allowed to stay in the ship, and apparently the writing that Centipedal did is actually legible gem. And we end off the episode with Steven asking Pearl if she can teach him some gem. And I am not okay!
Neither am I. Not just because of how dark this episode suddenly turned out to be, but because the pages upon pages that it looks like Centipedal wrote for the gems, we never saw Centi write them. And from when Steven first gave Centi the paper, we've been watching everything that happens to them in real time. Yup, it's a plot hole.
This was a good episode. Centi is adorable, they are both so pure, and I love it. And on top of that, the writing of this episode and the story is phenomenal. We get more insight on what happened during the Gem War and on the corrupted gems. And all in all, I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5.
When I first watched this episode, I was not at all expecting it to warrant a review. I mean, it's just a silly slice of life skit about Steven palling around with his old monster friend, right? Oh, no. No, it is not. I swear, that backstory is right up there with Yellow Diamond's face being revealed when it comes to eerie revelations on Steven Universe. It's like the episode just went from ordinary to over-the-top bizarre in the blink of an eye. Yikes. This was a great story, and definitely one of the highlights of Season 3 so far. 4.3 out of 5, definitely.
So thank you, one and all for watching. We hope to see you in the next one. Bye!
Furry happy monsters feeling glad. Furry happy monsters laughing. Something has gone wrong. What are we gonna do? Sighing, sighing. Faces have turned long. I am so sad. Crying, crying. Hear them sob and whine. Tearful, tearful. That's a real good sign that they're feeling glad.
Oh, yeah, you guys don't salute like that. You go like, ow, ow. This looked so easy when Peridot did it.
Oh, come on, Steven. This isn't that hard.
It's literally the easiest